Hello guys, my name is Lucas and welcome. In this video we're going to be learning how to use iTween to move an object from one place to another. So let's get started. First of all, let's press Ctrl 9 or Command 9 if you're in a Mac, and we'll go to the asset store. Here we want to look for iTween. The first one, this one, you see is free, pixel placement. Definitely consider donating to them because this plugin, trust me guys, is really useful. So let's go ahead, and I already downloaded it, so let's go ahead and import it. You don't need to download the sample if you don't want. You can also see the sample, but I'm going to be teaching you, so I'm not going to download the sample, just the script. So we use iTween to easily make animations, and in this specific video we're going to move some object from one place to another. So first of all, make an object. I'm going to make something like a sphere or anything really, and we're going to add a component to it. So I'm going to create my own component called simple animation. So here in the script we want to make a new function. I'm going to call it void move to example. To move something with iTween is very simple. We just type iTween, and we have different methods of moving game objects with iTween. So if we just type move, you will see we have move add, move by, move from, move to, and move update. Today we're going to be focusing on MoveTo, but you should definitely feel free to go ahead and try to play around with the other methods that iTween provides to you. So we're going to be using MoveTo, and there's two parameters as you see here. One is the game object, which is the target that we're going to be animating, and a hash table of arguments that we're going to be using for our animation. So first, let's type this .gameObject because we want to animate the game object this script is attached to. And then we're going to make an iTween hash table. So iTween.hash. And if you don't know what a hash table is, let me know in the comments and I will make a video about it explaining it. But basically what we have here is a list of parameters that will be related to the one after it. So for example, we say parameter 1, value 1, and so on. So what kind of parameters can we use with iTween? So well, we said we want to move this game object somewhere, right? MoveTo. So the first parameter is going to be position. And the position is going to be just a new vector 3 that we create. So let's say new vector 3, 5, 5, 0. So we just want to move right and up. So we also need to set a time for our animation to take place. So go ahead and type time and give a time for your animation to complete. In my case, I'm going to choose 2.5 seconds. And lastly, and this is for a very simple animation, we just have to choose an easing type. And I'm going to make a video explaining easing types and easing curves, so please pay attention for that card in the right top corner and make sure you subscribe to get notified when I upload that video. For this case, we simply go ahead and type easeType, and the value we're going to give to this parameter is iTween.easeType. And you'll see we have a list of ease types we can use, so feel free to play around with them. And the one I want to use this time is easeInOutSign. So basically what this is saying is that we want our animation to start slowly and end slowly. Usually you will see some movements, they suddenly start at full speed and then they suddenly stop from 100 to 0 in one instant. But for an animation to look smooth, we want to have easing, so that we have a slow start, slowly accelerate, and then slowly deaccelerate at the end of the animation. So let's go ahead and use easeInOutSign. To recap, here we just have a simple iTween call, MoveTo. We want to move this game object to a specific position. This position is 550. We want the animation to finish in 2.5 seconds. And we want to start slowly and end it slowly with a sine curve. So now the last thing we have to do is call our function. So if input.get key down key code space, if we press our spacebar, we're going to call MoveTo example. Now let's go back to the game, and now you'll see our sphere. We can start our sphere in 0, 0, 0, and if we press space, our sphere slowly moves and slowly ends up at the target destination. You could also set a variable here, so let me go ahead and make a serialized field so I can edit it on the inspector. It's going to be a vector3, and I'm going to call it target position. And now instead of using this new vector, we're going to use the target position. And you will see that we can actually change our target position every time. So now the target position is 0, so if I move the X to the right and press spacebar, you'll see our ball moves to that position. And if I move this back to the left and I press space, you'll see the ball moves a little bit faster because it has more distance to travel within the same period of time, the same 2.5 seconds. So if you want constant speed instead of a time, you can here, instead of time, just type speed. And you can use any speed you want. But basically, this animation is going to have the same speed. So depending on your distance, it will take different amount of times to complete. So let's go ahead, I play it to the left, and you'll see it moves at that speed. And if I move it really far away, you'll see I press spacebar and it moves with the same speed. So it's always moving with the same speed. Remember, accelerating with a sine curve and then deaccelerating at the end of the animation also with the sine curve. But if you want to make sure that your animation finishes within a specific time frame, just change speed for time, and this animation here is going to finish in 5 seconds all the time. So basically that's it for iTween MoveTo. It was a very basic example, but trust me, it's very useful. So make sure you use it in your projects. Make sure to play around with it so you can get familiar with it. And if you have any questions, remember, please let me know in the comments. Again, I want to thank you all for your support. It really means a lot to me. And I want to especially thank my supporters on Patreon. So thank you very much. Your support means a lot. And I hope you learned something from this video. Remember to subscribe, share this video, like it, and I will see you all on the next one. Adios.